Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Metria Nikole and I make videos on cleaning and lifestyle videos. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much for the support. In today's video, I'm doing a little bit of home updates. I added living room curtains downstairs, and I actually updated my bedding in my bedroom. So if you're interested, stay tuned. So I'm getting ready to go ahead and hang up the curtains downstairs. These curtains were purchased from Amazon. I believe they are 96 feet tall. My ceilings in this home are shorter than my previous home, and as you can see, the left side of the wall has a singular window, but then to the right is a double window, and I was somewhat kind of baffled on what type of curtain rod to use, and one of my friend's husband suggested just getting a very long curtain rod and just hanging curtains off of that, and it actually worked out. And so I found I think it was like a 256 inch rod that I ended up purchasing. This curtain rod was okay. I'm used to the curtain rods that have a long extension pole. This one had like maybe various different ones that you just connected together. However, the benefit of this curtain rod, it had a lot of different brackets that you can space out between the whole length of it. So it ended up working out. However, it gave me a run for my money. I usually don't need help hanging up curtain rods, but I didn't think about how long it was and how it would have been beneficial to have a second person hold it up on the other end, but I made it work. I usually suck at hanging up curtains, I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of holes in the walls, and I had my, I don't know what you call it, but the little stud finder, and it really wasn't working for some odd reason downstairs. But when I hung up my other curtains upstairs, it would, it would notify me, okay, this is where a stud is. But for some reason downstairs it didn't do that. But anywho, I just want to kind of show you guys the process. It took probably well over an hour, but I made it through. And also in this video, I want to kind of share with you guys how we ended up moving, the story behind that as well. Okay guys, let's get into the story time. I'm gonna try to be as short as I can, but also kind of share how God provided a way for us when I didn't know how it was gonna be provided. So again, we're renting where we are. However, it is a new construction. We are the first people to ever live in this home, and when I tell you this has been a dream of mine for years. I have always wanted something for myself brand new. My parents have built a home from ground up, and I've seen that process, but it's just like you want something for yourself and your kids. And for me to build something from ground up to buy was just out of the question. I had looked into purchasing a home, but there was just no way. The way the market was earlier this year, late last year, I just didn't. The mortgage rate, far as the mortgage payment, would have been well over $2,500, $3,000, and there's no way I'm like putting all my money into a home. So anywho, we had lived into, prior to this home, we were in another townhome. That home was a 3-bedroom, and I had a loft, so we had a lot of space in there. This year would have made 5 years that we lived there. I really enjoyed that area. I was close to my parents. My parents helped me out a lot with my kids, especially from picking them up from the bus stop. That was just like a huge blessing for me, just to not have to worry about little small stuff. And anything else I had come up, They were always there for me and my daughters, so I'll be internally thankful for that. But it was just convenient. It was just nice. But earlier this year, January of this year, the property manager switched. Prior to that, I enjoyed my property managers. Anytime I needed something fixed, they fixed it. I really enjoyed them, and I was sad to hear that the owner decided to switch property managers. So the new property manager that I got, they were nice. However, when it came to communication, it was just hard getting a hold of somebody. So June of this year is when I end up having a water leak in my garage. So I had reached out to them, let them know what was happening, and I didn't get a response. So the property manager reached out to me about something else. So I followed up with her and was like, hey, I've reached out, put a request in, and I'm not getting a response. So she told me, oh, you have to do it a different way. I'm like, okay. So I did that, and the maintenance person reached back out to me to kind of figure out a time that worked for someone to come out. That had went on for maybe about a couple of weeks, and I still wasn't getting anywhere. Mind you, the end of July is where my lease was ending. So then I'm reaching out back to the property manager. I was like, okay, can you tell me, what's going to happen with my rent? Because I'm aware that rent is going to increase, so I need to know how much. And then I'm like, okay, is it going to be better for me just to move somewhere else that's newer versus paying rent here? And then they can't communicate back with me about a water leak in the garage. So long story short, on that note, they ended up sending me a lease renewal, but it was for a rent increase. And then they had a disclaimer. Well, they had a note in there saying for anything that needed to be fixed, I would have to pay like $150 fee. And I'm like, where did this come from? This wasn't in any of my leases previously. I reached out to them to kind of ask for clarification. I said, if I pay this, am I going to have to will that be deducted from my rent? I'm just trying to get information, because at this point I feel like they're prolonging fixing my garage leak, because then if I renew my lease, I'm going to have to pay that $150 fee. So at this point, I'm still not getting anywhere with my garage leak. I'm not hearing anything. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to renew my lease. There's no way I'm paying a rent increase. And I think my rent was increasing by $200. And that would have put me, I think it would put me over $1,600. I can't remember. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just not going to renew my lease. And then, of course, when you say that, everybody wants to come out the woodworks and say this and that. And I said, no. I mean, y'all can fix whatever you're going to fix. But for the past month and a half, I have been trying to communicate with somebody, and nobody has came out and looked at this place. Mind you, they told me the maintenance person lived around the corner from me. So why did it take this long for someone to come look at it now all of a sudden? So now I'm on the hunt on trying to find something. Then I'm like, oh, maybe I should go ahead and buy something and suck it up and pay a higher mortgage and go, this is all this stuff that's running through my mind. It's over the summer. It's like my mind is going 100 miles per minute. But in the meantime, it's like, okay, Lord, help me out. This is me. You know me. I'm always like that risk taker sometimes. I'm always taking that leap of faith. So now we're in the process of, okay, should I buy? But after speaking to my realtor, I decided not to. So now I'm on the hunt on trying to find something to rent. The property I live in, my friend lives in the neighborhood next door to me. And I remember when I came to see her, I saw these townhomes being built. And I was like, oh, wow, I wonder if these are for purchase, but they were for rent. And at the time when I looked at the rent amount, I was like, I ain't paying that. But by the grace of God, when I looked into it, at this point, they had 2 months. Your first 2 months were free. And then you can stagger that up through the amount of your rent. And when I tell y'all, when you looked at the ending price, it would have been maybe a $40 difference of what I would have paid if I had stayed where I was. When I tell you that was only but God that worked that out. And then once I moved forward with putting the deposit down to putting reserving something to I'm sorry. But once I put a deposit down, and then once I put the part where you like find a moving company, when I tell you like things just lined up. I had my dad call me. He was like, hey, you know, what's going on? And I was like, hey, I'm getting ready to move and I'm stressed out. I'm stressed out. Like, when I tell you you're stressed, you're stressed. And he was like, you know what, don't worry about it. Whatever you need, I'm gonna help you with. And when I tell you that was just such a calming thing, I was just like, okay, cool. And then, you know, I had other family members help. I had my friends help. And when I tell y'all, I would have not gotten through that. Mind you, I had to work all these shifts up to where I had to. I didn't even tell you guys this. I had 2 weeks to move. I had 2 weeks from the time I put the deposit down to the time where I got waiting on approval to the time. Y'all, it's so much I have to, like, it's so much I would like to say, but this video is only but so long. But when I tell you from January to July, God knew everything that was about to happen. And then on top of that, everything I had to get done. Like, I just hope I'm not rambling, but I'm just hoping that I'm encouraging you. Like, anything you want in life, like, you can have. You can have anything in life, but you have to trust God. You have to put God first. You have to believe that He can do it for you. Like, I'm a type of person. This is not the first time where I've taken a leap of faith, where I risk, it's other things I'll share with y'all down the road, but this is not the first time. So I know my track record with God. So that's why I do what I do, because I know, you know, this is something I had prayed for. This is something I trusted Him for, and He provided beyond anything I could have imagined. So for me to get approved for this place, for me to have like my family help me out, for me to be able to have the job I have, for everything to work the way it worked, it was nothing but the Lord Jesus Christ. But I trusted Him. There's no other option for me that I had. It was only God that I could trust through this process. So when I say that when I take care of my home, the way I take care of my home is because God blessed me with something I had been praying for years. I had never thought I would be in something that was new construction. I don't care if I'm renting. It is something that I'm the first person that has been living in this home. First person that has been on these toilets. That's just how I'm telling you how I feel. But just don't stop believing. Don't stop dreaming. Anything you want in life, and there's much more I want to do with my life. Y'all just don't know. It's just, I dream big. I dream for the impossible. I trust God for a lot of stuff in life. How soon He'll do it, we never know. But if He do it, thank you, Lord Jesus Christ. But I hope this story really encourage y'all. Is, you know, down the road I'll start sharing more about my life, just more where I've come from. When I tell y'all the risks that I've took at a life, but I had God with me. I'll share y'all my story of how I went back to school. Like, I had a job over 10 years and I quit to go back to school. Like, I'm gonna share that stuff with y'all. But you have to believe God, and you have to make sure this is what God is telling you to do. So, getting back to the video. Okay, guys. So, in this video, I ended up getting a new bed set. This is a duvet cover. That golden color duvet set and the one previously, the white one, I did not like. So I had sent a picture to my sister. I was like, am I tripping, or does this look right or not? And she said it looked okay, but in my mind I was envisioning something that was more of a lighter tan. I just wanted to lighten up my bedroom, and when I walk in I want that brightness. So I decided to go back with my good old faithful pink. I got this pink quilt, and it's actually very soft. I'm gonna link everything in the description box for you guys. It's like an oversized queen size. It worked out perfectly. And I got my white sheets, and I ended up with a white, well, it's pearl white or pearl off-white duvet. It's a pearl off-white velvet, that's what I want to say, duvet cover. And when I say everything turned out perfect, it turned out perfect. I feel so bright and like happy when I walk into my room. And again, I'm gonna link everything in the description box. I would say with that queen size duvet cover, it doesn't fill up the whole bed to me. I could have went up to a king size, but I had already had a queen size duvet insert, so I did not want to have to do the hassle of returning it. And I already knew I was gonna basically bring the duvet cover a little bit further down on the bed, because I don't sleep with that covered on. I bring that down. So I'm just redoing everything. I hope you guys really enjoy this video today and the upcoming videos. Again, I'm gonna start sharing a little bit more of my personal life. Well, yeah, a little bit of my lifestyle just as a mom, and just getting back onto a healthier track of just health for myself. But I also still do my cleaning videos because I still love to clean. But I hope this picks you guys up. I know this video is going to be released tomorrow. I was under the weather the week before Christmas, so unfortunately I'm kind of behind on videos, but I'm going to see what I can do to get caught up. But if you made it this far, thank you so much for just the support and continue to watch my videos. I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. If you're looking to hear more, definitely leave a comment. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you continue watching the rest of it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.